MOSFET. Okay, this MOSFET symbol, first you have to understand what is the MOSFET symbol. In BJT you have studied the BJT symbol. BJT symbol is like that. This is NPN BJT or PNP? NPN. Due to this N, due to this N, this arrow is from the diode arrow. Diode is having also arrow. This arrow is taken from the. This arrow is taken from the diode arrow. Like diode is also having arrow, na? This arrow part is only taken here, and we only the stick of base and emitter only we take into consideration. Only one stick. It is having two sticks, na? Two vertical sticks, two horizontal sticks. It is having. Out of that horizontal sticks, we are taking only base and emitter stick only, and we place a diode to differentiate between PNP and NPN transistor. Similarly, to differentiate between N MOSFET and P MOSFET, here N MOSFET and P. Again P and diode. Here is source. Source is equal to emitter and base is equal to gate. In MOSFET to BJT, what is equivalent? Gate is equivalent to base and source is equivalent to emitter. Now we only take into account this stick. Gate versus source horizontal stick. This stick only, and we will put a diode arrow. This diode arrow. This diode is having arrow, na? This is also PN. Now P to N. Arrow is pointing towards from P to N. That's why this arrow. Okay. Now for NPN transistor, it will be here. It will be here. Source, drain, gate. It will be here. But actually, PMOS gives us strong zero. So it is always connected to, its source is always connected to higher potential. So this symbol will be flipped. This symbol will be flipped. Source will be upside. For PMOS, source will be upside and drain will be downside. Okay? Clear? You not miss the symbol. These are very basic fundamentals. So now what we are doing, suppose we are living in pre-independence era. India got independence in 1947 now. Just after independence we are living, and we invented the transistor, and we are studying its whether it is a suitable candidate for amplifier application or not. So for amplifier system, we as per the control system and other theories, we already know amplifier must be a LTI system. If we are having a two-port, if we are using an amplifier, this system must be a LTI. So by studying the semiconductor device physics of transistor, we want to convert this transistor, we want to derive some equation, and we want to create a small signal model. Okay, for that small signal model, we need its Y parameter. What we need? Its Y parameter. We want to derive its Y parameter. D2 equal to constant, and here D1 equal to constant. Okay. And depending upon the Y parameter, this is the well-established theory of Y parameter. If you know the Y parameter of a device like this two-port network, you can convert this device into an electrical small signal. Okay, which will look like this. This theory we will not revise now. We'll go directly to our subject. This is the well-established theory, and if you want to know more about it, if you are interested to more about go deeper, you can refer IIT Professor Imon NPTEL courses are there. Full NPTEL courses on this only, how this device work in detail. So many 40 lectures he is having. So this will depend upon Y11, this will depend upon y12, y21. This will be a function of y22. So for LTI system, what we mean for LTI? This TI we mean time invariant and this L is for linear. So suppose we are applying an input. This is an amplifier. Suppose this is an amplifier and we are applying an input waveform. We are applying an input waveform, and after passing through this amplifier, we get a output waveform like this. What a signal content? Signal content the magnitude information and frequency information. So its magnitude is not proper. Our information got lost. In this case, what we want from an amplifier, its gain should be constant. What we want? Its gain should be constant. It should not be a function of any variable. Any variable means fabrication variable also included. We will talk about later. We will talk about PVT variation. PVT variation also we will talk. Then this term is their process. This will come as we further proceed in the subject. This will come. So this is not acceptable. Second, it is having a frequency component. This time period. This should if this is a time invariant. If it is a time variant, it will change our frequency. If it is not linear, by linear we mean constant gain, not dependent on any variable. Not dependent, we want a constant gain. So for this constant gain, all these y parameter also need to be constant. What we mean in terms? What we are saying? If you want this to achieve this, all these y parameter also constant. Then only we can achieve this. Getting my point or not? So what we do? First, we study the transistor. First thing about the MOSFET we know already. Its input current is always 0. Its input current is always I1 is equal to 0 always. So this parameter are not needed. Okay, this will become 0. Y21, Y22. Okay. So if this is 0, there will be no. Okay. Now suppose for the case when we study the device physics, basic device physics. When we study the basic device physics, in second order effect, when we study second order effect, this will come, and we will call this R output due to CLM. We will call this as R output due to CLM. But as of now, when we study basics of only very little basic device physics, and depending upon the basic device physics we derive the model, then this will also 0. This will also 0. So model will look like this. Okay. So this is also a constant. And this Y21 we call this as transconductance. GM or intrinsic gain. What we call this? Y21 transconductance or intrinsic gain of MOSFET. Okay. So now we are having 4 y parameters. We are studying 4 y parameters now. We are studying 4 y parameters. For each parameter we can draw a curve. We can draw a plot. For each and every y parameter, what we can do? We can draw a plot. Because this is our gate terminal, this is our source terminal, and this is our drain terminal. This is V2, I2. So now V2 we will call this as between drain to source, voltage between drain to source, VS, and I2 is I
DS.
ds, and I1 is IGS, which is always 0, and D1 is VGS. Okay, this is clear. So now for a two-port network, we are having 4 parameter, and for each and every parameter we can plot 4 curve. Okay, we can plot 4 curve. This is for Y11. 1 we mean input V1 versus I1. V1 versus I1. Input versus input. That's why this is called input characteristics. This is V2 versus I2. Output versus output. That's why this is called output. And this is V1
I2
versus I2. This is transfer. How much V1 is transferred, how much V1 is converted into I2. This is called transfer characteristics. And this is not important, this is reverse transfer, but this is not important in our case, and this is also 0 because this is 0. So only 2 are important for MOSFET. Okay? Only 2 are important. Now we, in our offline class, we already derived the IDVGS equation. We already derived the IDVGS equation. We need not to revise this derivation. So we will directly jump into the derivation. Okay. What was the derivation we are having? So for knowing this is the del I2 by del V1, del I2 by del V2. If you want this parameter, what we want? We want I2 as a function of V1 and V2. We want I2 as a function of, we want to know. So for that purpose, we have already studied the semiconductor device physics. We already discussed the semiconductor device physics. Okay, and we have derived the equation for I2 as a function of. From this equation, we will find out the y parameters, and we can plot the curve. If they have this equation, using that equation, we can plot the curve also. Okay, so this equation was ID is equal to mu(n) C of W by N VGS minus VDH VDS minus VDS square by 2. This is the equation. This is the first order equation. This is the first order. When we see, depending upon the basic device physics, what we do, because our understanding is also, when we study anything at first sight, our understanding is not perfect. When we see further based on more and more iteration, we will get ourselves near to perfect and perfect. So this equation is when we have used all the device physics, but when we improve, this equation will change. So suppose if this equation is correct, perfect, this is not perfect, but suppose if it is perfect, and we draw the output characteristics V2 versus I2, VDS versus IDS for constant, VGS constant, VGS constant we want here, for what we take V1 constant. So VGS for different VGS, we will change VGS value, but for one parameter we will take, for one time we will take it constant, then we will change it, this also. So this will come like a parabolic equation. Okay, but this parabola is only reaches to its maximum. This is valid up to this point only. All this parabola for VGS is also increasing. This is for VGS1. First is for VGS1, VGS1, VGS2, and this is for VGS3. Okay. Now